missing? Where you been all this time? Broken or unbroken, regardless you're still mine. 'Cause you belong to me. So hold on to me. Don't forget that I'm the one who made you, the one who's always going to crave you, pull you in, you're my muse. I know you love to be abused. I can show you off like a trophy, pull you in while you're on both knees. Let me show you the way, 'cause you're the only one I ever want to stay. I hear that you've been running, are you trying to escape? All that I can offer, come into my embrace, 'cause you belong to me. So hold on to me. Don't forget that I'm the one who made you, the one who's always going to crave you, pull you in, you're my muse. I know you love to be abused. I can show you off like a trophy, pull you in while you're on both knees. Let me show you the way, 'cause you're the only one I ever want to stay. Pull you in while you're on both knees. Let me show you the way, 'cause you're the only one I ever want to stay. 'Cause you're the only one I ever want to stay.
Better off as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, neath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my body. I'm alone.
Welcome back, everyone. This is CEA Invite. This is going to be week 5. We have a very interesting match ahead of us. Today we have Virginia Tech versus University of Akron. We will be getting into the game in just a quick moment here. We're going to be starting on Bank. We have the bands going up on the screen. But I did want to talk quickly about these two teams because we have seen these two played before, actually. I don't think I mentioned this, but I am here with Enrage. He will be my co-caster today.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all again this week.
Of course,
Looks like on the first ban, we're going to be seeing a Thatcher here. Pretty standard ban on Bank so far this season. Pretty common just to deny the basement takes and a little bit of the pressure on top floor as well for the CEO walls.
yeah.
Second ban coming out is going to be a Capitao. That'll do a nice bit of, again, pressure relief, trying to remove those fire arrows off the equation. Smoke, also the micro bolts, very strong.
For on the defense ban, we're going to see the Mira off the board. A pretty standard ban for Bank. She is very strong in both basement and top floor. Without her, you definitely have to play the site very differently. Still doable, but very different. And then the last ban coming out from UA will be the Echo. Again, pretty standard op bans here.
Yeah, overall, these are pretty much the standard. Maybe you might see a hot breacher banned for the second attack ban there, but other than that, pretty much what you see every time on Bank.
Yeah, so like I was saying before, we've seen these two teams play together all the way back in week 1, actually. They played Villa, and I don't see the other map right here just yet. Villa and something else. They both won one match.
So going into round 1 here, we are going to see a 6-pick onto the Thermite. That's a good choice as the University will be going into the basement. That'll be pretty much a necessity to get the server wall open, which will make the default plant so much easier and also the smoke a little bit more difficult, but looks like a rehost is going to be called real quick as some issues are sorted out on the technical aspect of things.
Well, welcome back. Quick, short intro there, but we should be getting right back into it. Right at round one. Sorry about that. Moss is a little sketchy sometimes. It does have a tendency just to exit out the game. It's always a fun time, but hopefully there'll be no more delays as we get right back. Well, I say back into it as we started off. We haven't really started just quite yet. We will be saying the basement site again. The attackers will be taking, well, I say a more standard loadout, but there's the Ying. No Nook this time, though, so it'll be interesting to see it played.
Yeah, not an operator you see all that much. It looks like they might six-pick onto it if they're going that route. The Legion being six-picked off, as well as the Hibana. And there's the income back out, just like you mentioned. Of course, switching off to Maestro. They seem to be very focused on plant denial right now. They have Maestro's Evil Eyes, smoke canisters, and a Nitro from...
Yeah, interesting enough, only seeing one Nitro on the defense there. Bank is kind of a site where you play to stop plant. You can roam a little bit. It looks like UA will be roaming a little bit with the Vigil pick, but a lot of the times it's just server wall is going to get open. It's just denying it at the server wall there instead of upstairs, but to each their own. Akron is definitely going to try a roam game here. I'd be interested to see how they play it. I'm at just reinforcing hatches, not quite opening the ones above him yet. It's just pretty standard for the roam game on Bank to play the sort of third floor, I guess it's the second floor down.
Yeah, and we will see already a pretty quick peek getting set up by IMAT in the Vigil there in an open area. That'll be peeking towards the parking garage. That's going to be a very tight angle, but looks like BT is well aware. They are sending most of their members behind that armored truck. No shot's going to land quite yet, although a bit of a spook onto 6 there.
Yeah, definitely going to scare them a little bit. Slow the attack down. They're going to be a lot more vigilant droning it out. Kind of ironic considering it is the Vigil. Imat is going to be playing it pretty safe. I believe he's still holding in open. He is. He's going to try to hold and stop that push as best he can, but he will be droned out, and he'll back all the way back downstairs. Buck going to be pushing in from above, opening the hatches, looking for that Vigil, not knowing fully yet that he has backed down already. IQ as well with her scanner is going to be able to detect Vigil if he does decide to cloak. But again, he's already all the way in basement. And with the cloak active, they can't find him on drones. It's all down to IQ to spot him with a gadget.
The Jaeger of CJ going to be playing behind the server right there. Going to be waiting for anyone to push down blue without droning that too heavily. Surma also playing at the top of blue with the shot.
Yeah, no opening picks just quite yet. No damage done at all as we're already almost halfway through the round. We see Bookshelf here on the Maverick getting the main hatch open above sight, getting the setup for the plant, but Juicy Joseph on the Maestro underneath is going to whip out the barb, drop it below it just to slow him down if they do decide to drop. With the 81 bullets of the Alda, he can spray through that as much as he can, but Imat is going to find the frag onto Bookshelf. That's the Mav off the board, and that's the opening pick, the UA. He's still going to be playing aggressively on that hatch, though. His Kicks is going to try to peek it, but Parcel is going to punish Imat for re-peeking it, bringing it back to an even 4-4. You see Virginia here pushing blue stairs, but Surma's still holding it tight with that shotgun. Laser sight on the barrel, so he's being careful not to show the laser sight, but the thermite pushing close. Beautiful use of gadgetry here from both sides, the mute jammer and the ADS to block drones and grenades, but Ying is going to fall to Surma's shotgun. He's going to opt to just hold on. He's got 4, I guess they're shells left in the shotgun. He's going to try to hold it. The nade comes out. He doesn't find it, and his Nitro's down, and that's Valorian with the refrag. Bring it back to a 3v3, but there's only 30 seconds on the clock, and CJ's still holding server, and they don't know that's going to be a 1-2 for CJ, and the last one in server is going to find the refrag. It's all down to Kicks. With the smoke toxic canisters coming out, this is going to be a very rough push. Smoke still has 1 left in his pocket, and he can still deny that. See, Kicks is going to have to push through this, but he can't. He doesn't have enough HP for it. He's going to play time. He's going to take a peek, almost find the smoke through the wall, but not quite, and that's going to be round 1 for Akron.
Yeah, excellent denial on the smoke canisters there, well timed, as well as the backup from CJ on the server rack. Getting those two is a huge amount because that keeps server wall closed, means Buck can't run in as efficiently at the end of the round.
Yeah, a really smart pick on the mute. It wasted a lot of drones as well as the vigil. The attack had to utilize so many drones that when it came down to servers, they didn't have the drones or the time to drone server rack properly. And well, Surma definitely punished him for that. He got a nice 2-piece off of that, almost a 3, but Kicks caught him, turned away. Second site here, though, we will be going all the way up top to CEO. Is Akron is going to try to win out their second round. Again, pretty solid op picks here. Instead of a mute, we have a Mozzie. Again, the intel denial. And Prodigy is going to be busting out the castle. Pretty necessary op for this site if you want to hold it efficiently, just because of the long angles from top garage looking into sight. Well, they get blocked with those castle barricades there. They're just going to try to hold it. We see CEO walls will be reinforced. Teams do play that differently. Sometimes you play them soft, but apparently Akron likes playing them reinforced.
Yeah, and alternatively, sometimes you'll see the front walls left a little bit more like open. You generally will see office walls left soft if those CEO walls are hard, but it looks like Akron has a strat set up for that, as they're going to reinforce both, which it leads to a little bit of a turtle setup, if I have to guess.
Pretty standard tack coming out from Virginia here. Just looks like they're going to be pushing top square and stock. Kicks pushing below very carefully. Nice save on the drone there. Not giving it to Mozzie quite yet. That'll be one pest off the board. But I believe that will be IMAT on the Mozzie all the way in basement. Probably going to be playing for the flank.
And this is definitely a callback to the weeks past. We've seen UA play on this map a few times so far, and most of the time they do have at least one very far off site, just waiting for the call out that they're pushing site to establish a very dominant flank.
Still not a lot of push here from Virginia, but that's going to be IMAT with the first frag onto Kicks. Caught looking the other direction. I believe that CEO wall's almost open, but the impact trick is going to stop that from happening. And now Thermites only has one exothermic charge in his back pocket. Luckily for Virginia, they do have Maverick, and he can open the walls without really any problem with denial. Blowtorch doesn't really stop for anything, and we see that he's going to start opening it up, going to try to get this wall open, but with half the round gone, they're definitely going to have to step it up just a little bit.
Yeah, Maverick does take a decent amount of time to try to trick walls like that. Maestro Cam making sure not to look the way of Parcel, but it doesn't matter, the Lifeline will take that out instead. Second Maestro Cam will catch that though, also going down in quick succession. Now it'll be up to whether or not the Lifeline charge will actually go off on the Maestro, and it does! Parcel getting a nice headshot into CJ. They're going to start working their way towards CO meeting hall. Looks like they do spot out the Legion, not going to connect any shots so far.
Very close shots. We see the Nomad there. Kyramer taking the frag, and that's Castle off the board. IMAT, though, is going to respond and take Parcel off. That's the Zofia gone. He's flanked all the way back upstairs. He's looking for Square, but that's Bookshelf there, along with the assist from the Thermite to take him down. Surma is going to be holding this close wall. It is soft, but the attack doesn't have any soft reach to really open it up. They're either going to have to use the blowtorch to open a little crawl hole or shoot it open, try to shoot it open. Felorian is going to go down. I don't know if that was shots from the defenders or the reset, but we see they're just going to have to push with 10 seconds left. That's one for Surma. Kyramer is going to find the refrag, and it's not down just to Juicy. Bookshelf's got to push in here. Where's the diffuser at? Juicy downs one, and he's just buying time, and that'll be round 2 for Akron. It definitely did not look like Akron's round, but due to some smart plays, they pulled it out there.
Yeah, a great call at the end by the Legion. As soon as he saw the down, just deciding to fall back and not try to push it for that last kill.
Yeah, no one from Virginia actually had the diffuser as is, so even just getting that down and playing safe was smart, but Virginia didn't have anything to act on, even if he did decide to peek. They didn't have the diffuser to put down. They were really banking it all on fragging at the end there, and, well, it came back to bite them in the butt. So a tertiary site here. Looks like we're going to be going Teller's Archives. Definitely a soft breach, a soft breacher's dream here. The ceiling being completely soft, loads of walls that you can't. It's tough to reinforce them all. Well, it's definitely going to be tough for Akron to hold, but they pulled it out the last 2 rounds. So.
And it's always an interesting thing to see how teams set up inside of their third site, as those are the strats that vary the most from team to team. Looks like this is going to be a strategy that does not revolve around rotating through open area and the small office.
Yeah, like he said, that it varies so much. It's always interesting to see how teams play it. Just looking at the roster, my guess is that Akron is probably going to be playing site pretty heavily, relying on the cams and nitros to deny above. 3 nitros in pockets of Felk, Mozzie, Yu, with those evil eyes to kind of help them out there, but you know, it could go either way. Looks like we will have some roam presence up top just a little bit. Virginia's going to try to take a round off of Akron here. The Bank's the defender side of the map, isn't it, Michael?
It depends on the site, but for the most part, the sites are pretty evenly split, generally about 55 to 60% for defenders.
So it's slightly defender sided, a lot closer than some of the other maps. So Virginia's going to be trying to look to get around on the board here. But with some long angles, that's going to be Prodigy on the dock, holding long angles all the way back, looking at top square. He's going to have a drone army on him, though, as he's trying to take these frags, and he's going to find the frag onto the thermite. That's their hard breach off the board. They still have the map, so it's still doable, but definitely not as efficient as the thermite. IQ, they're going to be trying to take the peak here. Doc is going to be fighting this very aggressively. Surma, though, is going to find another one into stock. The Parcel will respond by taking out Prodigy. That's the Doc off. Still with the man advantage. Akron with the Nitro through the floor. Surma, very close, just doesn't quite connect. He's going to decide to back down and play below. Again, using those Nitros that they have to try to deny vertically.
This could be really, really bad for the Maverick here, as they are caught on Banana, and IMAT is the first one to get there. Nice headshot, takes out Bookshelf. That's going to be, now looks like possibly the Buck IQ combo trying to find him out. Do they? Yes, they do. That's a headshot on the IMAT, taking him out of the way. Bulletproof Camera gets punched into the next year, and oh, the Buck from above does find out CJ playing below. Juicy, however, going to be there to support.
It's actually a really good hold from Akron up top. They had the bulletproof there for intel, so they had a lot of like top square and CEO watched with the nitros below to assist them. That's obviously why they've bought in so much time, and they've come out with the man advantage with the hatches open to rotate out. But CJ is gonna find one, leaving it all down to kicks in a 3v1 with a flank behind him coming out from Surma, and he's gonna hear it, but nade in hand is going to cost him his life as Surma finds the last frag onto kicks. And that's round 3 for Akron.
Yeah, unfortunately enough, there the frag grenade, even direct damage, does a lot less than a headshot, so that's just unfortunate timing.
Yeah, very unfortunate. It looks like he heard him because he was turned around with that nade, or maybe he heard him last second and whipped around to throw it, but didn't quite get it out just in time. And that's actually a perfect site rotation under Akron's belt there, as they'll be going back down to basement. That must be feeling pretty good if you're Akron. Bank is a pretty split map, as Michael has said, and to take 3 rounds off right from the bat, that's definitely a good mindset to be in.
Yeah, especially going into the attacking half. If you can come off with a 4-2, you're pretty much set. If you come off with a 5-1, you're looking very, very good. And if you come up with a 6-0, that's even more impressive. And we saw UA do basically exactly that last week, so it'll be up to whether or not they can pull off a 2-time on this. And if they proceed to do it on the third map, they could go for a hat trick.
Yeah, well, Akron and Virginia, when they played before, the maps were both actually pretty split in a 7-1 and 7-4. So pretty decisive both maps. So just because one team might get one map right away doesn't mean it's over. There's definitely some good rounds. It looks like a lot of these rounds could go either way, but just due to the last few seconds, Akron has just been pulling it out. And that might just be because they're on defense. We'll have to see on the side swap. But basement here, looks like Akron's going to be going for a lot more of a turtle setup. I say that, and it looks like there's someone in CEO, of course. So again, this is the same sort of roam game, a light roam to try to buy time. That's I'm at all the way in CEO on the Vigil. Will be droned out though right away, so they know he's in CEO. It's just, can they pinch him there and get the frag before he finds them? Gonna not opt to use his ERC7 on his back there, and instead shoot the drone, taking off the drone, and he's gonna back off. Bookshelf gonna be pushing below, probably gonna try to cut off his rotate. I'm at drop lobby looking at the rappel, doing some damage onto the IQ, but not quite finding the frag. He's going to be rotating out. He's probably going to be looking to rotate back downstairs as the attack has all of upstairs as well as open now.
Parcel claiming the first kill. That will be IMAT taken out. Possibly that cloaking device being revealed by the Spectre of IQ. So am I going to be waiting just on blue stairs for anyone that pushes there. Now that the roam presence is significantly reduced, that's going to be the next focus for VT.
Yeah, that's the ADS cleared on top blue. This is definitely going to be a lot harder for Surma to hold. We usually see a smoke on these stairs, so he can smoke it off if he does decide to get flashed. Another ADS, though, will be coming out, and it looks like Kyramer is going to be using his Candela to try to drain the ADS. I don't know if it connected, though. Juicy, though, finding one on the bookshelf. Kyramer answers back as he pushes down blue, finds one, and almost finds two. Surma's now pushed back all the way in server. He still has an ADS on that server rack, so he's going to be trying to hold this as best he can. But with SMG-11 in hand, it's not the best long-range weapon there. And yeah, Ying's LMG there with just seemingly limitless bullets in the magazine just finds the frag. The Evil Eye at bottom server stairs, not quite able to do anything. And that's Virginia in a 4v2 take right now. They have the advantage. That'll be the first Toxic Babe to down the Ying. Two more still left in pockets, as well as the Evil Eye. That's going to be Juicy with a beautiful angle from Sprinkler there to find Florian. That's the Thermite off the board, and I don't think he opened the wall there for Plant. This could be detrimental for Virginia.
Oh, absolutely, and a drone coming out pretty late into the round, immediately going to get taken out. That's a lot of intel denied, especially this point into the round. Joseph's going to go back on the offensive, peeking that server door, trying to find any shots. Might have landed a quick little shoulder tap on the buck there, but not doing too much damage in nade, nearly disabling Juicy Joseph, but going to stay in the game for now.
10 seconds left on the clock as Buck runs in with a diffuser. Juicy with two. That's a quad for Juicy. Is this the ace? No. Prodigy is going to swipe the ace out from underneath him, but beautiful round from Juicy there. That Alda in his hand is definitely a force to be reckoned with. 81 bullets, just non-stop shooting, and he definitely put those 81 bullets to use there. That was totally looking like Virginia's round, but Juicy just decided that it wasn't.
Yeah, and Juicy, the absolute MVP, also taking out some thermite charges in the way, a few of Buck's frag grenades, tanking the last one, actually. And then just powering through to get 2 more kills.
Yeah, really good round from both sides there. The roam clear from Virginia was beautiful. Almost misplayed with the Vigil peeking main lobby windows, but the refrag there was beautiful. And they just got a little too overconfident in the 4v2. The smoke down the one. Thermite got caught in the cross. He was able to open up that wall, though, which definitely helped. But the rest of the attackers just couldn't quite get Diffuser down.
Looks like a pretty much identical setup to what we saw before. Small change being that the dock is on CJ now, Prodigy on Castle, few other roster switch-ups. In the meantime, probably going to see IMAT back in the basement. As to whether or not it'll work out as before, we will see.
Yeah, Akron is kind of on a heater right now. Just right now and over the past couple weeks. Coming off of 2 wins in a row, saying that Virginia's off a win from last week as well. So it's definitely that's why this match is so close. They're both very good teams here. Rounds coming down to the very last second.
Looks like Repel's already on the way from VT. They're going to be getting set up for a pretty quick top square take here. Drones getting shot already. Some drones getting thrown in. Although that will alert the already aware CJ that one of the people repelling is on that sort of lefter side window.
Yeah, Virginia already has control of top square, being very careful of roamer, as IMAT was roaming below last time Akron went up top, but instead of going for the roamer, just instead going to be going pretty much directly for sight. IMAT will be below very slowly. He might be able to find the frag onto Parcel, who's on repel above front doors, but Parcel's going to decide to move before that can happen. Great take. That's one impact out from the defense. I don't know if it got an exothermic or not. Looks like they're tricking it. That's going to be a buck nade coming out from over the wall, but the ADS will catch it. And the wall is going to be open. The impact isn't going to quite connect. Very close there, but it was just placed a little bit too low, and that's CEO open. As Akron's going to have to play this pretty aggressively. The Legion peeking there. Kicks is going to find the frag through the bookshelf, but not before he finds the frag onto the thermite, and bookshelf going to answer back with a pick onto the Jaeger, leaving Virginia in a man up advantage, and they have advantage control of janitor rather. IMAT still below, could be detrimental. Seeing the legs of the castle, that's bookshelf for one, but IMAT on the flank is going to find Parcel. I believe that was on the repel, and IMAT is practically back on site, leaving it in a 3v2. CJ trying to take the fight here, not quite taking any damage, is going to overstim, and that's diffuser going down for VT. IMAT dropping below. Nitro still in his pocket, can play this. I'm not sure if he has the intel for it, though. Nitro going out, and it's right underneath the planter, and that brings it back to an even 2v2. And Doc is flanked behind, completely behind him. But Virginia is going to try to put the diffuser down. Going to flank around CEO breach. IMAT finding 1 and 2, and that's going to be the round for Akron. Now, I'm assuming Doc brought a bulletproof, right?
I want to say that it was on either on site or close to it. I don't believe I saw it directly though.
That was either just a really good read from IMAT, or that bulletproof was watching to call out where the plant was going down. But again, just coming down to the last second, looking like Virginia has it in the bag, and then just losing gunfights, and it was such a close round.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that they that VT didn't have enough site control to plant on the desk, as they possibly could have lived through that plant then. But also just a great call out, or possibly coordinated effort from Akron to use that nitro, as you said. Air jab going off, not going to be enough to stop IMAT in that process, unfortunately.
Yeah, Virginia not taking below and having that below presence really came back to screw him over later in the round, as well IMAT was able to flank below and utilize that nitro very effectively. But again, going to a tertiary site, back to archives. Surma trying to use that super shorty for very long range. I don't think it works quite that well. But it looks like Akron's going to be opting to bring a Velk this time, trying to get some more intel. They brought Velk for archives last time as well, just not for up top. But they had the intel to deny it last time, so it's working for them. Virginia, on the other hand, not really changing their loadout very much. It's definitely a very solid, well-rounded loadout. But you've played Akron on tellers. This will be the second time now. You gotta counter strat them a little bit. You gotta start thinking about what ops you could take. And well, I mean, kind of looking at it, there aren't many different ops that I would take. These two loadouts are pretty evenly matched.
Worth noting, the drone work going to be a little bit more in force, it seems, this round, as a lot of more drones are getting thrown on the top floor. There are 2 players there, so definitely worth the while. The bulletproof once again set up on that office into site wall, but not gonna quite result in anything yet, as IMAT gets a quick little peek onto Parcel. Surma getting a nice headshot onto 6. That's the IQ and buck off the board. A lot of self-destruction and gadget denial off the board as well.
Yeah, and Akron is going to almost completely fall back. I believe Prodigy was still holding top and CEO, ACOG in hand, Stims in pocket, Bulletproof on the wall to help him out. He's definitely the op to stay up top, but Akron definitely a great call backing it off there, playing it very safe. You got the 2 early picks. Now all you have to do is wait for them to push, and well, that's what they're going to have to do. IMAT's going to find another onto bookshelf. That was the Mav in lobby. Karimer finally going to put a frag on the board for Virginia, and that's Prodigy off the board, and that'll be up top control for Virginia. Well, up top control is great, but, well, you don't need it if you can just frag out. Kramer's going to find another onto Surma. Virginia doesn't have any soft breach to really fully utilize this top floor control. Karimer with flashes in her pocket instead of breaches is definitely going to hurt her. And I'm not sitting in ATMs. I don't know if Virginia knows this. They don't. Is he's going to find the down, and it's now all down to the Thermite taking the pick on IMAT. He's just got to hold, sit tight. Florian is going to instead try to back off, rotate around. Maybe not. Going to almost catch the Jaeger rotating out, and he does. But CJ is right there for the refrag. And that's going to be a perfect half for Akron as they take it 6-0 into the side swap.
Yeah, this is starting to look like a shutout win for Akron here. And that's very much evident in how they're playing. They are not really changing all that much, to be honest, between their strategies. The setups seem to be rather similar.
Yeah, neither the attack or the defenders are really changing where they're pushing. The attack is just pushing from stock, top square, a repel on lobby as well. And it's just not quite working for Virginia. We'll have to see if Akron can make it work. As Virginia will be going basement. I would argue basement is a very easy site to hold. It's definitely not a freebie, but if Virginia wants to put a round on the board, this is definitely the round to start doing that. Basement is a very good site because there's very little, very few spots to really push from. A lot of good choke points.
Yeah, and also worth noting the fuse pick from IMAT once again showing up. This time going to be 6th off. Usually we only see that when they have a very, very solid lead. So either they're very confident about this round, which they probably are, given the 6-0 lead, but we'll just have to wait and see how well Virginia handles their defense.
Yeah, I'm usually not a big fan of the fuse pick, but Akron last week, I'm at specifically just utilizing the fuse, dropping into sight and cluster charging the red sprinkler wall there. Definitely utilizing it very well, but he's gonna 6 off instead for Ash. Gonna just try to frag out here. So we see a pretty split push coming out from Akron. It just all spread out, pretty much completely different spawn points. Kind of interesting to see. A lot of drones going out. We like to see it, but it doesn't look like Virginia is going to have any roam presence whatsoever. We will see a player on blue stairs, but that's the extent of the roam presence. It'll be the Thatcher with, count them, 1, 2, 3 ADSs there. All of Jaeger's utility on blue stairs. Virginia is banking everything on holding blue stairs right here. And it's definitely doable with those 3 ADSs. The attackers are going to have to use a lot of utility to drain this out, as we see that right now. A lot of utility being dumped in. But with Thermite and Nomad here, 6 flashes between them, just those 2 ops could do it. And then nades rule supreme. Felorian, though, going to have to use one of his smoke canisters already, dropping the second, throwing the second. And the attackers are just trying to brute force blue stairs here.
Yeah, that shield, unfortunately, just a bit too close to the blue door. Was able to get Ash charged, actually. That breaching round just going to tear through that shield, and all 3 ADSs behind it, leaving a little bit of gap. Gives you just enough room for those ADSs to zap it.
Yeah, and now with server hatch open, Smoke is completely stuck on blue stairs. Shotgun in hand, he definitely will win these most likely win these up close engagements. 4 shells still in it. IMAT's going to be the one to try to take the peek here. Very cautiously, he will find the frag onto Felorian, and that's CJ with a frag onto the Jaeger, and that's server completely clear. With 1 Exo still in the pocket, Thermite can still open this wall up. We see all 3 ADS is cleared, so IMAT doesn't have to worry about getting the evil eye on the wall there. And, well, it's looking like this is going to be Akron's round. 5v3, diffuser's going down. No denial quite yet. Some nitros in hand. That'll be a frag for Parcel with the nitro coming out the pocket. Mozzie still has nitro in his pocket. His IMAT's going to try it. He's going to bait out the nitro, and it's not going to quite connect. But with 40 seconds left, still some time to work with. His IMAT's going to try to put the diffuser down again. Kyramer in the reload, trying to find this, but the cover from CJ's beautiful. As IMAT does go down, the diffuser unfortunately does not go down, but IMAT will be picked back up, leaving a 2v4 in favor of Akron. Nice exchanges here coming out as Surma finds one from the hatches. Kyramer finally finding 1, 2, but that's diffuser down, and it's left all down to Kyramer with the Alda in hand. It's going to be one tight on the door. He saw the foot very briefly, so he knows he's there. He knows he's prone. But can he find the frag? Not quite yet. And it's down to a 1v1. Kyramer can clutch this out. Still 35 bullets in his pocket. Buck's going to be all the way up server hatch. A very good spot to be. This is a very hard fight to win. Is CJ's going to be able to see his feet before he can see him. But with the diffusing going, CJ has to drop. And Kyramer off the diffuser, gonna get it! And that'll be the round win for Virginia. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful round from both sides there. Beautiful touch from Kyramer.
And just down to the wire, barely able to get that out. What a way to clutch it out by Kyramer there.
Ooh. Parcel there. Definitely, I know his heart's going right there. That was a very close round. My heart's going. But this might be the momentum Virginia needs, right? So far, all rounds have been won on defense. And, well, this is Virginia's going on to second round on defense. So they still definitely could bring it back. This could just be a defender's game right now. Okay, second site. Again, we will be going all the way up top to CEO. Again, pretty standard ops coming out. Virginia going to be opting for the Velk up top. Always a really good pick, especially since Akron isn't bringing an IQ. These camps could really help out Virginia here. Intel is king in Siege, and, well, Velk is one of the best ops with Intel on defense. See, again, a pretty similar setup coming out here. CEO walls being reinforced from the other side. Probably some impact crits coming out as Kyramer on the Maestro does have impacts in his pocket, as well as the castle. So pretty standard from both sides. The only difference is Akron doesn't have the IQ, and, well, if the cams are placed well enough, it could definitely hurt him.
And those cams, especially at the top of square, are going to get a little bit of a touch-up next season in Void Edge. The plants on those actually becoming clippable objects, meaning that the cams will get stuck on the outside and not be able to get meshed in there anymore.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Those are really solid cam spots. That's probably why it's happening, though. So, again, a pretty standard push. Looks like top square, but IMAT's going to find the first frag through a barricade onto Kyramer. That's no more. All of those evil eyes are going to be stuck in place, and oh my gosh, that's just unlucky. That was a very beautiful lineup from IMAT. He's just going to continue spraying. He's feeling lucky, trying to find another, but Virginia isn't going to quite give it to him. Kicks here coming up from servers, though, behind the Nomad, who already pushed up here, as Parcel finds one onto IMAT. The air jab, though, is going to alert Surma that there's someone flanking, and it's not going to quite be able to do anything about it, but they know that there's someone on the flank now.
Yep, 6 already going to be rotated all the way back off to main stairs, going to be working their way up. From that, it seems no one really there to pressure them, but still being ever vigilant, not wanting to lose their life, at least not this close to the round. Breach going off combo with a flashbang means that that's going to be not stopped. Second breach charge going off as well means all of CEO is going to be open to the outside.
Prodigy spotting some feet in Janitor, not quite going to be able to do anything about it, but the call is out that there is one Janitor, and, well, Akron knows where to look now. Definitely putting some presence here as they've opened up below. Smoke spotted, Buck on the drone, spotting it out, just getting the defense to move around, hoping that his teammates will be able to pick up the frag, but not quite. Smoke's going to be able to escape that unscathed here. Belk is going to be on cams and Janitor, playing, very, very smartly with those cams, not pinging quite yet. CJ, though, still just a menace from below. He's going to spot the smoke out, finally doing some damage now, lighting him up to half HP as the pings still come out. He's going to drive Felorian out of CEO. That's going to be diffuser drop top square. Just not going to peek with it. Not going to give the diffusers a clear line of sight onto the diffuser. So they still have to deal with Parcel all the way back by front desk with that ACOG in hand. The Stim's coming out, trying to heal his teammates there. The first one's going to miss. The second one does connect. Surma pushing in, finds one. And Juicy is going to try to plant, but kicks inside of Janitor, is going to find the frag, keeping it at an even 3v3. Bookshelf flanking up Banana, taking it very closely. CJ pushing in, finds one, giving his team the ability to plant. CJ with another, and it's not on just a cast, who's also pushing in Conference, but he doesn't quite find the frag onto Planter, and that'll be map 1 for Akron.
What a way to take map 1. They'll be done with Bank, and that's all they are going to be able to put out on that one. A quick look at the scoreboard, though, shows some pretty top-heavy teams here.
Yeah, definitely some really frag heavy from both sides here. A couple of really good clutches that round. But okay. Welcome back. We just had a very exciting map 1 here. UA versus VT, Akron versus Virginia Tech on Bank. Akron with a pretty prominent performance, winning it out 7-1. It very close though, down to the wire on a lot of those rounds. A couple really good clutches. Map 2 here, we're going to be going to Cafe, and we'll be starting off right away with the Bens.
Once again, we're going to see a Thatcher ban. That's, once again, big denial off the board. It's going to mean that those hard walls are going to stay hard for a lot longer in the round. They're not going to be able to be breached quite as easily. It means that there's going to be a lot more of an emphasis on vertical play and a bit more of a focus on maybe a Twitch or an IQ or something like that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Cali is not yet allowed to be played in CEA. Next week, Cali and Wamai will be allowed, but with Thatcher off the board, it's definitely going to be tough. There are other operators to do it, but it's a bit more complicated. With Jackal and Mira gone, though, that will be VT's ban, and a quick response from Akron here. We're gonna be seeing the Echo ban again. Beautiful.
Nearly identical bans to last map, with the exception of Jackal. And of course, with Bank being a little bit larger, this map being a bit more condensed and easier to pick out roamers, Jackal is definitely a solid ban.
It's a very large map. There's only 2.5 staircases, so not very many flank routes. But being able to drop from third floor down, it's a lot easier to clear the roamers with Jackal. Definitely not impossible without it. There are other operators like Dokkaebi that make it a little bit easier, and well, just using your drones as well. But we will be starting off Cafe here on third floor, bar cocktail.
Attackers need to locate and
VT
defuse
will
bombs.
be Akron's defending. My bad.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Once again, the bright pink smoke going to be coming up from Surma. We saw that last week as well, I believe. And looks like a Maestro cam going to be set up inside of Piano. It's going to be watching towards Cigar Lounge as well as the walls at the top of Red Stairs.
Yeah, nothing too particularly amazing or different from the setup here. We will see the bandits in freezer to try to deny a little bit. This can be pretty easily shot from Skylight though. Okay, we see the attack coming out from Virginia here. Going to be trying to take this top floor. A window open. They will see that it's open, but not quite going to find anything. As it looks like Prodigy is going to be trying to trick top red wall there. Gonna definitely cause another layer that the attack has to deal with. With the window outside there isn't the hardest to counter. They can just repel and shoot through the window. But, well, Prodigy is sitting there. Well, no one's on that window. Being able to trick that is huge. He is going to back off pretty quickly, though. He doesn't want to be spotted through that window. We see Surma playing pretty close top red with a shield, pump shotgun in hand, and I'm at playing pillars, watching that new hatch drop down.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And that could be very deadly. This angle from Surma has already taken out a few drones. Is going to know there's one repelled on Piano, but it'll be up to, I believe, Prodigy inside to try to counter that.
Bandit will be spotted out as he doesn't quite take any damage through the wall, and that's I'm at peak from bottom white in response, and that's the IQ off the board. That would be huge, but there aren't too many gadgets here that IQ is very good at countering. She counters all gadgets, but nothing that she excels at countering. But still definitely a really good pick from Akron.
Worth noting, even with that pre-fire, Prodigy's still at full health. Valorian to be able to get the first Piano wall, though that's going to put more pressure onto Piano. Although with the repelled IQ now off the board, a little bit less than expected. Prodigy with a nice headshot will take out Kramer. And will now focus their attention towards top red stairs as they know that one is droning. That smoke grenade not quite going to work out. All the smokes of Surma now gone. But Prodigy with a second on the round will find Valorian to account for it.
It's actually juicy finding another, leaving it all down to kicks, as this could be a flawless round for Akron. Round 1 on Bank. He's going to try to work some magic here. He does have both an assault rifle and a shotgun at his fingertips, but it's going to be a very tough round with 30 seconds left. might be taking a tactical time out here as he's just queuing and Eing, leaning back and forth. Not quite going to push anything, knowing 1v5 is a very, very steep slope to climb. Getting in a gunfight with IMAT, he will find the one. That's the flawless round off the board for Akron. But unfortunately, it does look like that's still round 1 win for Akron. Nade comes out and he's going to drop, but that'll be the pick from Prodigy to close out the round.
Looks like VT using that, as you mentioned, as a little tactical timeout there, just trying to figure out what they can do next round to try to make that work a little bit better for them. Obviously, they will be now probably having to deal with Bakery, but that will be the case, as Kitchen is the picked site for Akron.
Yeah, an Alibi coming out here. She's a pretty standard op to see on Kitchen here. A lot of teams like to utilize her hologram behind Bakery Bar. It just slows the attack down very much. A nice 6 from Kyramer onto the Nomad. Gonna try to get some flank watch down to stop the flanks from coming out. As Akron has been really dominant with the flanks. Bringing up those late game rotates and getting a 1 or 2 piece off of it has been really detrimental to Virginia. But it still is only one round under Akron for Cafe. Again, some pretty standard setup here. Evil Eye going down. I believe that was in Small Bakery to try to watch Small and Bakery as well. And it doesn't look like Akron's going to be holding Bakery. Going to opt to reinforce Bakery while they're completely reinforce it, make it hard. With Mute and Bandit, they're going to be able to probably trick that wall very efficiently without Thatcher on the board. So Virginia is probably going to have to take above and play top down here.
Some floor holes coming out from the Mute shotgun there as well, is going to open up a few more sightlines for the defense. That'll be Prodigy working those throughout the round.
And it is indeed looking like a top-down push from Virginia as we see 4 out of the 5. I believe that's actually all 5 of the players rotating all the way up top. They will have some roam presence to get through as we see Surma and IMAT playing up top with the Alibi and Jaeger, both very good guns. One doing more damage, one with a faster fire rate, but still both very good regardless. Trying to get just some presence, just trying to get in the building here, be able to deny, as Kyramer is going to be holding a very long angle from White Window. Some bullets whizzing by his head, not quite sure where from. I'm going to try to look for that. Simon's going to be trying to hold Piano. Some damage coming out, though, from kicks repelled on the window. Maybe, no, that wasn't kicks. That was IQ, I believe. Partially, yes.
One of the Prismas has been shot off of the top white stairs. That did of the Buck player, though. Which means that will have to fall off of that. Bookshelf will, in the meantime, take that to their advantage and start pushing up the bottom of white, hoping to pincer off anyone who's playing at the top.
It looks like Virginia almost completely came off the top floor push and decided to push white instead. As Surma rotates down pillar stairs, he will find the down onto kicks, but the refrag there from the Zofia punishes him. I'm having a stroke. It's okay. Yeah, Virginia's gonna be pushing the freezer there, trying to get the bandits off the wall. The nade coming out from the Buck, almost finding a pick onto Juicy. But not quite yet.
Thermite charge going off to open inside of Freezer. That'll expose an ADS and a few sightlines. ADS going to get taken out pretty quickly, but other than that, some drone denial coming out from the evil eyes of CJ.
Nice Evil Eye placement there, being able to watch all the way down that long hall, deny any drones possible. As we still see IMAT on the flank, not anymore, as Kyramer, instead of using his air jabs to watch the flank, is instead going to watch it with his gun and, well, get a frag because of it. That'll be the down onto the Thermite, though, as Juicy is holding Freezer, and that's Diffuser down in Freezer. Prodigy gonna find another Down peeking small bakery, and CJ with a third. Akron bringing this back. Is Virginia now just has to funnel into Freezer and right into Maestros Alda, and he can just hold left click all day. He's got the bullets to spare, and it's going to punish Virginia.
And what a way to take that back as well. Especially ending out the round, just kills flooding into the feed. Just unstoppable tides of bullets from Akron.
Yeah, never-ending bullet stream there. I thought he'd be out, but apparently I don't play Maestro. Those bullets just seem seamlessly never-ending. That was definitely probably the worst operator to push into right there. And unfortunately, with time being run down so low, Virginia didn't have any other choice. And again, Akron going to a tertiary bomb site. So far this match, Akron has been undefeated on defense. 50% on attack, but undefeated on defense. And well, that's definitely very impressive.
Absolutely it is. And moving on to their third site, they're going to choose to go reading and fireplace. Pretty common third pick. Most teams will opt not to go into mining unless they absolutely have to. But as they had that option, they will choose to go reading. Obviously a bit more defined for strats, as well as just a little bit safer.
Beautiful drone there from Kicks in piano, watching the Maestro there set up, and the Velk as well. Going to be able to give a lot of intel here. Watching when that Velk cam goes down, that's going to be huge for the attack here coming in, knowing exactly where the utility is and being able to take that out right away, as well as the Jaeger ADS. Beautiful drone work coming out from Virginia here. Again, going to be looks like a top floor down take from Virginia. It's kind of one of the strongest takes here for reading. Again, the ceiling being mostly soft, being able to open up. But we see IMAT here rotating down below this. Again, IMAT with a strong rotates and flanks late game. Virginia really needs to shut it down. Nomad on the roster, though, definitely is possible with those air jabs in her pocket. But she just has to make sure they're utilized well.
Working inside a piano already, BT is going to try to get a bit of an earlier foothold. There is a minute into the round already, but quickly spotting out the Valk cam and ADS and also the Maestro cam means that there's a lot less intel for UA than they'd like. Already the Nitro from Juicy Joseph will take out Kramer. A very nice use of that Valk C4, especially given that they traded a cam for a kill.
Yeah, a lot less intel, but apparently it doesn't matter. They just the lucky Nitro there through the floor, and that's the Nomad off the board. That's a lot of flank watch utility gone that Virginia kind of needs for this map. Akron is very strong at flanking and retaking very late game, and well, with the air jabs gone, you're gonna have to dedicate manpower to watch it. But Kicks is gonna find one. I'm at though with another on to Parcel. That's the IQ gone, and well, Valk's camp should be pretty safe now. Nice trade there.
Looks like a 3v4 situation for VT. They need to start getting some kills to even out the disposition of players here. Round going off. Florian taking a bit of damage, but nothing that'll put him out of the round yet. The hatch does get opened. That'll be a nice sightline of the rotate hole, but no one playing there as the Maestro will actually be at the bottom or middle of White Stairs. Bookshelf getting a nice kill on the rotating Prodigy. Florian taking out IMAT. It will now be a 3v2 firefight. They've put the odds in their favor, but one down. That'll be Bookshelf on a drop. SMG-11 might take out Florian there, and it does. Or actually, MPX. But it'll be down to Juicy Joseph trying to take out the last. Does get down from above. That's 6 playing on the vertical. Will they manage to take out CJ? Only 10 seconds left, but no, the Aldo wins again.
The Alda is just looking like a force to be reckoned with this match, clutching round after round. Clutches, 1v1 clutches are always impressive, but more impressive clutches than that, winning 1v4s, 1v5s, almost acing one of the rounds there. That's round 3 for Akron. That's another perfect site rotation for him. This is
Going into round 4 here, this will be the start of the second rotation for Akron. Virginia are going to be trying their best to bring it back. They do have a similar setup to the original take they went for. However, they're most likely going to be trying to go for a little bit less of a loss on that hatch drop, possibly keeping their entries alive just a little bit longer.
all the way back up top floor. We've seen Akron nail out 3 perfect site rotations so far, without having to vary their strats up very much at all. Running the same operators, same setup, not changing much up, but it's working for them. They know what they're doing, and they know how to do it well, and well, it definitely shows.
Drones on the lower floor. VT will try to find anything that they can use to their advantage. Looks like not too much going to get spotted out, though.
Virginia definitely all just back and forth rounds here. They're just going to have to start fragging it out and just start. They just need some momentum, really. Just 1-2 rounds, even just a nice clutch to get the momentum flowing is really what they're going for right here. Again, going to be going for just the standard top-down push, going to be taking top red into piano. Prodigy playing in piano, trying to hold that off as long as he can. Definitely going to make it difficult for Virginia to take. He's going to be playing his best. I'm at here. Might get caught from the IQ from outside reading door, but she's on drone, and IMAT's going to find a pick, and she's going to miss the frag. Parcel just getting on drone at the worst timing there. He had underneath control, and Prodigy's going to find another from piano. Kyramer, though, going to respond with a frag, taking Prodigy out of piano. But IMAT knows that Parcel is outside reading now. He's going to take a small angle on it, but going to back off once he's droned out. And, well, now it's a 3v4 in favor of Akron, and IMAT's still on the prowl with the roam. Parcel's still trying to take the gunfights, but IMAT playing it very safe, getting on top of a table, taking an unknown, a different angle, something you wouldn't necessarily pre-aim, might win him this gunfight, but he's instead going to back out as Parcel's getting some backup.
These two players are just barely missing each other for the past what seems to be a minute and a half. As IMAT now going to be playing on white stairs, trying to find up towards the hatch, going to be rotating back towards that door. This could be the perfect timing. He does spot out Parcel and immediately gets the kill. A nice headshot will bring that even more in favor of Akron.
Here's an air jab go off, but peeks the reading door anyways. This is not on it. Oh, and the Nomad getting turned around by your teammate's dead body almost means the pick for IMAT, but with a second re-peek, that'll be the round closed out for Akron. As IMAT gets, I believe that was a 3-piece there. No, that was a 4. 4. Again, just crazy fragging coming out from Akron right here. Definitely really good loadout. The intel from both Valkyrie and Maestro allowing them to do that and really punish Virginia. Looks like we will be going back down into kitchen, though, as Akron really doesn't have much other choice unless they wanted to go train an engine, or dining an engine, rather. But they'd rather stick with kitchen. An interesting Cav pick coming out from Surma here. It will be stuck there. We have yet to see Kavera. She's a hit or miss op. If she gets the interrogation off, it's round changing. You can get a couple, 2, 3 frags off of it. But a lot of the times when she tries to interrogate, it just gets her killed. So we'll have to see how Surma plays it.
Worth noting as well that the alibi getting switched out on IMAT for a Jaeger once more. Obviously, great performance last round. Probably going to be trying to carry that into this round as well. Those ADS is going to be placed a little bit aggressively, but looks like they're going to be holding down kitchen a bit more just to keep those ADSs alive.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Again, though, pretty similar setup coming out from Akron here. A pretty heavy roam game from IMAT, Surma. I believe Juicy's going up top as well. That's a majority off-site roam here. This if Virginia gets a read on this and hard pushes site, this could be their round. Doesn't look like it though, as Virginia's going to be repelling all the way up top. Again, just going to be going for the top down. The nitro from Juicy is going to take Parcel down to half HP. Just about half, but not quite going to find the frag. Very aggressive peek there. For the use of a nitro, not a bad play there. It was a very safe peek. Juicy was in not in harm's way, but he's instead going to peek it again. And, well, Surma's actually playing on site, the Caveira. Interesting, but her shotgun is definitely a very good weapon.
Interesting to see her played so close to the mute there as well, especially with the mute usually played there for the shotgun on that small cabinet inside of prep.
3 players down top red. Juicy playing a pretty aggressive angle at bar here. Surma rotating up red, looking for the angle here, seeing the head of the buck. Not quite going to find anything. IMAT's going to be the first one to put a frag on the board. Is Surma's on the flank here. Well, right behind him, jumping through the rotate, and Virginia has no idea. She's just taking her time, and that's a 2-piece for Surma. Unfortunately, not downing them, but finishing them, and that was just bookshelf left top red. I remember repelling outside white. Gonna try to rotate over to help him out, but it might not be in time, as that's a down from Cav, and the interrogation's going out. And IMAT finding Kyramer, and that's a flawless round for Akron. Is they go 5-0 and a chance to go a perfect 6-0 on defense again.
And the timing there just perfect enough that IMAT finding the last kill just in time for Surma to get the finishing kill cam with the interrogation. Just a nice little fitting end to that round, especially with the trigger discipline and stealth play of the Cav.
Yeah, I was kind of upset to see her played so close to site, but they were playing her to help the mute trick because Bandit was off site. But the late rotate definitely with the 2-piece in piano and then the down and interrogation was a beautiful play there from Surma. And just an interesting note, so far Akron has all but 2 of the opening picks. Virginia has gotten 2, one on each map, and well, it definitely shows in the scoreline here with a 7-1 and so far a 0-5 on Cafe. Virginia really just needs to start fragging out, really.
Yeah, the kills not quite going Virginia's way. They do have a little bit more of an even split, but that unfortunately is not what they need to.
Again, a lot of intel coming out from Akron, as well as intel denial with the mute Mozzie combo. Very popular combo for roam heavy maps. Just being able to shut the attacker's denial down is huge for roamers. Without them having eyes on, you kind of have free reign to roam and rotate and take picks, and well, it's definitely working in Akron's favor.
Yeah, and flying in blind is not something you want to do in Siege, which is a game that revolves so much around information, intel, and just playing strategically. So that denial even more powerful in that sense.
Yeah, kind of interesting to see so many of the attackers repelling up in the same spot where the Nitro went last time. If Akron decided to play that Nitro again, could have been huge. But decides not to. His Parcel's playing a pretty aggressive take here. He's already in piano. Definitely a lot more aggressive kicks, though, is going to find the opening pick onto IMAT, and that's a huge fragger down for Akron. This could be just what Virginia needs. They needed to start playing more aggressive and finding picks. Well, guess what? That's what they're doing right now. We see the air jabs coming out from Nomad here, watching the flanks. Not going to let Akron flank up behind him again.
Interesting use of this pre-play C4 here. No actual hard vision, but going to be using a soft hole in the floor. Instead, unfortunately, Sermos is not going to connect on the one playing in Cocktail. Some bullets will, but that'll only put Parcel to just above half HP. Will alert them, and now they'll be worried about that white stairs rotate.
Surma's still playing white stairs, though. He's going to find the pick on the Kyramer. That's the Nomad off the board, and he's just going to back down now. He's gotten a pick. He's got him worried. Bookshelf, though, hot on his heels, pushing down, slowing it down just a little bit as he hears him below him. Surma and Bookshelf going to be looking for each other. Can they find it? That'll be Mute's Nitro Blown that was next to Janitor Hatch there, but it won't connect. Thermite was fully on the hatch, and he'll be safe. Bookshelf looking. Surma's gonna find the pick, though. Surma's on a double now. He's just a menace on those white stairs there. Just wreaking havoc in the attack world. They're kind of stalling out here. We see the Valkyrie flanking up red stairs, though, and she got the air jab. This could be huge. Without that, Virginia has no idea she's pushing there. The MPX, though, not gonna quite find it, and she doesn't see the Thermite on Heaven, but a quick exchange from Kix and Juicy, taking Parcel off. And Kix having to fight Juicy, and well, that's the Velt gone. Bring it. It's an even 2v2. The aggressiveness from Akron there kind of came back to bite him, as it's now evened out. Kix with another. That's a quad. This could be the ace for him, as he has to cover the Thermite planting. He's above. He has some beautiful angles, and well, no more Nitro in pocket. Surma, though, taking the peak, not quite soon enough. His Florian is going to deny his teammate the ace, but is going to put a round on the board for Virginia, and more importantly, not let UA go flawless on both defense.
Yeah, and that's going to be a push in the right direction here for VT, as they do need to get that momentum back in their direction, especially with this being the first round that they've won so far.
Yeah, that was definitely a very prominent round from Virginia, though. Getting that quick opening pick and the hard push. It was a quick push. It wasn't sloppy, but it was quick. And well, it looks like Virginia's really pulled themselves together there for that last round. I'm really interested to see how they're going to do in this next half after that round. Quick 6-pick, though, from the Legion onto Pulse. Is, well, that cardiac sensor from below is super great at gathering intel. And like we said, intel's king in Siege.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Looks like a third floor setup once again from, or a first third floor setup from VT, as they will once again start off on this site, a very, very strong site that is.
Yeah, it's looking like Virginia's going to be playing a very heavy downstairs presence, as we see Pulse already below reinforcing, and Mozzie opening up what seems to be the entirety of the floor where that default plant spot is. Well, with the Evil Eyes to help them with the intel and the cardiac sensor from below, there's a lot of nitros on board. This could be the play Virginia needs here. They just need to stop the push from below and hold below, and well, this could be their second round now on Cafe.
It definitely could. Surma going to be playing on the Gridlock, very strong operator on Cafe, able to deny a lot of these staircase rotations very easily with those track stingers.
Pulse not quite playing the Nitro on the hatch. It's a good read. I probably saw they had a buck and didn't want to waste the Nitro. He will be on his cardiac sensor top right there. Just gathering some intel, seeing who's pushing where, trying to figure out if it's a split push or not. I'm not going to be pushing Reading Door. After he was a menace in Pillars, I'd be interested to see if he can, turn it around and push from the other side here, as he will be slowly pushing in. He's opened up below Heaven in that book, the little spot there. I don't even know what to call it. There's probably a call for it, with that little pixel angle, trying to help his team push red. Juicy, though, being very lit on like 3 HP, not quite sure where from. He's gonna be the first to drop red.
That piano wall open might actually be a bit of a detriment to them here, as there is the Jaeger of 6 playing on that pixel shield, or playing pixel angle inside of piano, but gonna fall off as there's no shield to protect him.
does have the evil eye there to give him some intel if he does want to get aggressive and try to swing. I'm at pushing below white. Paul's sitting on his cardiac sensor there. Will probably spot him out, and that'll be the evil eye off piano. He will indeed. So he knows Ash is holding the angle, but on the cardiac sensor, oblivious to freezer wall being opened, is going to take a little bit of damage as well. That's a second drone for Mozzie. Ash slowly pushing in laundry. Pulse has her on cam. He's gonna take the peek but lose it to IMAT as Juicy on 2 HP finds another pick, and that smoke canister coming out. Not quite gonna take the damage onto Juicy that needs. There's a quick exchange between IMAT, Kyramer, and Kicks. Pushing through the smoke quick. Smoke is last alive in freezer, fully flash, playing on the shield, but he can't see where the shield is because he's fully blind. And Juicy is going to find the last frag to close out this round, and that'll be match point for Akron.
Yeah, once again, this could be a 7-1 repeat for Akron here, unless Virginia really tries to bring this back. They have the option to go third floor again. They almost had quite a few picks there. The Pulse unfortunately lost to. A bit of a risky gamble putting the UMP-45 against Ash's R4C. Not really a battle that most will win.
Yeah, C4 is still in pocket. There definitely was a few different ways that could have been played. Dropping the C4 down the hatch isn't amazing. It could be shot out the air, but the UMP is such a weak gun. I know some people can really put it to good use, but I can't. I despise it. But again, we'll be going back up to Bar, and the 6 instead of onto Pulse this time will be onto Cade, trying to get a little bit more denial here to slow the attack. Again, pretty similar setup they're coming out is Kyramer is going to be opening the floor under the default plant, suggesting that Virginia might be still trying to hold beneath pretty strongly. They got pushed out very quickly last time. They opened up a lot of holes, but didn't quite play it as aggressively as maybe perhaps they should have. A lot of really sneaky angles. Really interesting play from Kyramer there. Opening below the door frame to put the pest below it. Really good spot. That way the drone, well, yeah, the drone has to it can't go through it or it's going to get captured.
Yeah, worth noting that last time these two teams met, they actually tied the series against each other. 1 map win each, I believe.
Yep,
so seeing this go this way is not either VT is not on their rhythm right now, or UA has just well exceeded where they were playing about 4 weeks ago. Either way, it's an interesting match to watch nonetheless.
They definitely got some practice in the standings right now. UA is slightly above Virginia here with just a few more points. This might set them very far ahead here if they close this round out, not only in points but round differential. But Virginia is going to be trying desperately to stop that. So we see 2 drones come out from Juicy there, just showing off that he's still got both. CJ is going to be trying to get this wall available for Thermite to breach, but with the Electro Claw on it, it can be anywhere on that wall, and it's a very risky angle to peek. Buck's going to be trying to get it off, but I don't think he's going to be able to quite find it there. Well, Parcel's going to be playing close there too, probably with the second Electro Claw in pocket, just in case he wants to trick it.
Looks like a drone coming out from CJ. We'll find out the 1, possibly 2 players inside of Piano. Peak is going to be able to take out Parcel right away. A nice shot there, but the second one in Piano not quite droned. That 6 going to be able to take CJ back.
Bringing it back to an even 4v4, that was a really nice refrag. Virginia really needed that if they wanted to stay in this round, and, well, they got it. So they're definitely still in it with only a minute left here. Prodigy's still worrying about the flanks, but there's tracks there. Going to be trying to, well, maybe push below, maybe not. They're going to have to try to start pushing site here. Again, just below a minute. IMAT going to be completely separated from his team. He's going to be trying to push up white. He's going to drain the ADS out, but he's already out of flashes. You see Kicks here, still playing a very aggressive angle. Not aggressive angle in bathroom, but a very close angle. with his 416 in hand. Very high damage gun. Just going to be playing it very close. He's got the support from Kyramer on white stairs as the Trax is going to try to cut the rotate as well as the smoke. And well, now Kix is kind of isolated. But lucky for him, he's got the rotate into Freezer if he does decide to back out. Kix though with a quick double. I'm at pushing up white, finds the frag onto Kyramer, and Kix with a quad. That's a quad. This might be the ace for Kix here as he finds the last one, and beautiful ace from Kix. That's what Vermont needs right now. And well, they got it.
Yeah, Virginia definitely seeming to find their rhythm a bit more this round. This could catapult them to the win they need to at least tie out the series. Or at least this map of the series, I should say.
Yeah, Virginia here is going to try to be fighting to get that partial loss here. Going to be trying to deny Akron as many points as they can. But unfortunately, the way they stand right now, the only thing Virginia can get is the partial loss. But any points denied to the opponent is definitely a win. We will be going, interestingly enough, not to Kitchen, but instead to Reading Fireplace. Interesting play from Vermont here. They're obviously not playing to close out the round differential. They're playing to win. They're trying to throw Akron off. They're trying to make them think they're going Kitchen and throw them off with a tertiary site.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out against UA here, as this is a lot of pressure on VT. They obviously just come off of an amazing round, but they do need to make sure that this one works as well as the few that follow.
Again, going to be pretty much relying on the roamers up top to just hold on as long as they can. Interestingly enough, not seeing an ACOG on the defense. This is probably one of the sites where it's not mandatory, but really helpful to have an ACOG holding Cocktail, just because there's so many long angles towards like New Hatch and Cigar. But Virginia's going to try to fight it without it.
Some windows getting broken already. This could be very dangerous for any of the Akron attackers rappelling up on that side of the building. Looks like that's not going to be the case, though. No air jabs needed quite yet. That'll mean all three still ready for Surma at a moment's notice.
Yeah, Imat's going to be droning white stairs. Again, going to be pushing by himself while his team pushes top red. Definitely not a bad play. It's always good to have some sort of split presence so the defense doesn't focus solely on one spot. But this Siege is a team-based game. Some bullets going out from Juicy here. Not going to quite find the frag on the Parcel. This Parcel is, in exchange, going to do very much damage to Juicy. I'm at just barely missing the cross there from Kix holding white. He will be backed out of there, and that's almost top floor for Akron. There's still one in Freezer. Well, Surma's going to find the Legion. I'm not sure where he was playing, but there still is another one up top as he tries to swing on Kix, but Kix still on a heater is going to find the down. I don't think he knows it, though, as he's going to be playing it safe here.
Ooh, that revive on Surma. Very dangerous, but it does play out, as 6 is not going to choose to peek that. In the meantime, this is full upstairs control for UA. They have a lot of these rotates locked down as well. It'll be up to whether or not they can hold them for when they try to go for a planned execute. Ooh, the buck from above does spot out the Maestro Kramer. That's the Maestro off the board. Evilize also down for denial as well. Bookshelf getting tagged from the top of pillars. Not going to have too much damage on the board, though, as 6 is denied by IMAT. No more frag potential there. Juicy Joseph does get downed, but it'll be up to whether or not IMAT can come in for the refrag, and he does, finding Bookshelf immediately. Surma with the final kill, finishing off the series, UA 2-0.
Akron answering that ace with a flawless round. Beautiful plays from both teams here. Virginia definitely starting to step it up towards the end there, but unfortunately just a little too late. That will be 2-0 in favor of Akron. We will be getting one of the Akron boys in here for the interview. If it was my guess, it's going to be Prodigy, which it is. I've spoken with him the past couple weeks now. Really cool guy. I like him. So we'll be getting him in here in just a second. I know I got a couple questions for him, Michael. I'm sure you do too. Uh, Akron though, just coming off a heater these past couple weeks, just started with 0-0-2. That's 0 wins, 0 losses, 2 ties, and now 3 wins and 2 ties is kind of crazy. They're definitely on a roll right now.
Absolutely, they are. This is a huge win for them as it puts them even higher up in the standings as well. Defeating a team that was able to deny a few points from them in the past means that they don't have to worry about that being anything they have to worry about in the future either.
Yeah, definitely shown a lot of improvement from the 7-1, 7-4 tie last time these two teams faced to a 7-1, 7-2. Uh, both maps in favor of Akron. Kind of crazy that turnaround. Definitely some very good plays. The man himself, Prodigy, back for week 3. Prodigy, how are you feeling?
It feels good being back in this little interview.
Yeah.
Honestly, it means we're winning.
Yeah, I'm there was a couple rounds there I wasn't sure, but you guys managed to pull it out. How do you feel with the scoreline? The 7-1, 7-2.
We honestly felt like that's like should have been a score line the very first time we played these guys, but for some reason, we just went completely brain dead on fucking Villa. But
Yeah.
we bounced back, played in our true form today, so I'm really happy with our progress.
Yeah. Did you guys do any counter stratting after week 1 after you faced Virginia, or did you just go back and play them and just say, "Hey, let's not lose our heads. Let's just play how we know and beat these
Yeah,
guys."
it was literally just playing like how we know. There's no need to counter strat.
Gotcha. A lot of confidence coming out here. I well well warranted after those games. Very good games.
Yeah. Oh man.
Michael, do you have any questions?
Um, Not too many. Most of the rounds that went Virginia's way were either due to Sixers getting the ace the one time. I'm assuming that was a little bit unsettling for you guys, but
Hold
it
on.
doesn't seem like it phased you too
Yeah.
much.
Hold on. Which round was that? Was that on Cafe or on
That was the second to
Yeah.
last
Okay.
round cafe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Yeah. That one was just I don't know. It was just poor use of droning on our part. So just a little amount of hiccup on our part.
It happens. Small mistakes tend to snowball in Siege.
Yeah. That's just how this game plays.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything you want to say to Virginia after that match?
GG. Good games. Good
GG.
playing
Yeah.
against them.
Okay. Well,
Definitely a fun game to watch for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I bet. Fun game to cast too.
always is. Well, if that's it from you, Michael, Prodigy, do you have anything you want to tell the people? I know you had your Crocs plug last time.
Once again, I gotta push that Croc agenda. If you ain't rocking Crocs, then you're living life wrong. And that's
Okay.
just my point of view for now and forever.
Okay, that's Prodigy. He's got his Crocs on, and it's showing.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's gonna be it from Enrage and I tonight. We do have a quick message from our sponsors. Enrage, that's you.
All right, fair enough. Quick shout out to our sponsors of today. Of course, Rogue Energy. We have your discount code CA, 10% off your order. It's good stuff. I've been drinking it throughout the cast.
It's really
Keeping me
good.
awake and going. It's actually pretty solid. I love it myself. CORSAIR as well for sponsoring the tournament, as well as providing some nice swag for the winners, as well as New for providing us with some merch drop coming soon. So stay tuned for that. That's all for me. I've been Enrage, joined by.
I'm Blue Card.
And I'm Prodigy.
Of course.
And thank you all very much for watching.
See you guys next week.